ಶಿಶುಮೋಹ ಸತಿ ಮೋಹ ಜನನಿ ಜನಕರ ಮೋಹ ಶಿಶುಮೋಹ ಸತಿ ಮೋಹ ಜನನಿ ಜನಕರ ಮೋಹ ರಸಿಕ ಭ್ರಾತರ ಮೋಹ ರಾಜಮೋಹ ಶಿಶುಮೋಹ ಸತಿ ಮೋಹ ಜನನಿ ಜನಕರ ಮೋಹ ರಸಿಕ ಭ್ರಾತರ ಮೋಹ ರಾಜಮೋಹ ಪಶುಮೋಹ ಭೂಮೋಹ ಬಂಧುವರ್ಗದ ಮೋಹ ಪಶುಮೋಹ ಭೂಮೋಹ ಬಂಧುವರ್ಗದ ಮೋಹ ಅಸುರಾರಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಮರೆತೆನೋ ಕಾಯೋ ಹರಿಯೇ ಅಸುರಾರಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಮರೆತೆನೋ ಕಾಯೋ ಹರಿಯೇ ಭಿನ್ನಕ್ಕೆ ಬಾಯಿಲ್ಲವಯ್ಯ ಅನಂತ ಅಪರಾಧ ಎನ್ನೊಳಗೆ ಇರಲಾಗಿ ಭಿನ್ನಕ್ಕೆ ಬಾಯಿಲ್ಲವಯ್ಯ ಅನ್ನ ಮದ ಅರ್ಥ ಮದ ಅಖಿಲ ವೈಭವದ ಮದ ಅನ್ನ ಮದ ಅರ್ಥ ಮದ ಅಖಿಲ ವೈಭವದ ಮದ ಮುನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಯದ ಮದವು ರೂಪ ಮದವು ಅನ್ನ ಮದ ಅರ್ಥ ಮದ ಅಖಿಲ ವೈಭವದ ಮದ ಮುನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಯದ ಮದವು ರೂಪ ಮದವು ತನ್ನ ಸತ್ವದ ಮದ ಧಾತ್ರಿವಶದ ಮದ ತನ್ನ ಸತ್ವದ ಮದ ಧಾತ್ರಿವಶದ ಮದ ಇನ್ನು ತನಗೆ ದುರಿಲ್ಲವೆಂತೆಂಬ ಮದದಿಂದ ಇನ್ನು ತನಗೆ ದುರಿಲ್ಲವೆಂತೆಂಬ ಮದದಿಂದ ಭಿನ್ನಕ್ಕೆ ಬಾಯಿಲ್ಲವಯ್ಯ ಅನಂತ ಅಪರಾಧ ಎನ್ನೊಳಗೆ ಇರಲಾಗಿ ಭಿನ್ನಕ್ಕೆ ಬಾಯಿಲ್ಲವಯ್ಯ ಇಷ್ಟು ದೊರಕಿದರೆ ಮತ್ತಿಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕೆಂಬಾಸೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ದೊರಕಿದರೆ ಮತ್ತಿಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕೆಂಬಾಸೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ದೊರಕಿದರೆ ಮತ್ತಿಷ್ಟರಾಸೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ದೊರಕಿದರೆ ಮತ್ತಿಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕೆಂಬಾಸೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ದೊರಕಿದರೆ ಮತ್ತಿಷ್ಟರಾಸೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಬೇಡೆಂಬಾಸೆ ಕಡು ಸುಖವ ಕಾಂಬಾಸೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಬೇಡೆಂಬಾಸೆ ಕಡು ಸುಖವ ಕಾಂಬಾಸೆ ನಷ್ಟ ಜೀವನದಾಸೆ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲ ನಷ್ಟ ಜೀವನದಾಸೆ
ಓಂ ನಮಃ ಪರಮಋಷಿಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ ಪರಮಋಷಿಭ್ಯಃ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ. ಯಸ್ಯಾಂತನ್ನಾದಿಮಧ್ಯಂ ನಹಿ ಕರಚರಣಂ ನಾಮಗೋತ್ರಂ ನ ಸೂತ್ರಂ ನೋ ಜಾತಿರ್ನೈವ ವರ್ಣಾ ನ ಭವತಿ ಪುರುಷೋ ನ ನಪುಂಸಂ ನ ಚ ಸ್ತ್ರೀಂ ನಾಕಾರಂ ನೋ ವಿಕಾರಂ ನ ಹಿ ಜನಿಮರಣಂ ನಾಸ್ತಿ ಪುಣ್ಯಂ ನ ಪಾಪಂ ತತ್ವಂ ನೋ ತತ್ವಮೇಕಂ ಸಹಜ ಸಮರಸಂ ಸದ್ಗುರುಂ ತಂ ನಮಾಮಿ. ಸದಾಶಿವಸಮಾರಂಭಾಂ ಶಂಕರಾಚಾರ್ಯಮಧ್ಯಮಾಂ ಅಸ್ಮದಾಚಾರ್ಯಪರ್ಯಂತಾಂ ವಂದೇ ಗುರುಪರಂಪರಾಂ. ಶ್ರುತಿಸ್ಮೃತಿಪುರಾಣಾನಾಮಾಲಯಂ ಕರುಣಾಲಯಂ ನಮಾಮಿ ಭಗವತ್ಪಾದಶಂಕರಂ ಲೋಕಶಂಕರಂ. ಅಂತರ್ಯಶ್ಯ ಬಹಿರ್ವಿಧೂತತಿಮಿರಂ ಜ್ಯೋತಿರ್ಮಯಂ ಶಾಶ್ವತಂ ಸ್ಥಾನಂ ಪ್ರಾಪ್ಯ ವಿರಾಜತೆ ವಿನಮತಾಮಜ್ಞಾನಮುನ್ಮೂಲಯನ್. ಪಶ್ಯನ್ ವಿಶ್ವಮಪೀದಮುಲ್ಲಸತಿ ಯೋ ವಿಶ್ವಸ್ಯ ಪಾರೇ ಪರಃ ತಸ್ಮೈ ಶ್ರೀರಮಣಾಯ ಲೋಕಗುರವೇ ಶೋಕಸ್ಯ ಹಂತ್ರೇ ನಮಃ. ಸ್ಥಾಪಕಾಯ ಚ ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಯ ಸರ್ವಧರ್ಮಸ್ವರೂಪಿಣೇ ಅವತಾರವರಿಷ್ಠಾಯ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣಾಯ ತೇ ನಮಃ. ಪವಿತ್ರಂ ಚರಿತಂ ಯಸ್ಯಾಃ ಪವಿತ್ರಂ ಜೀವನಂ ತಥಾ ಪವಿತ್ರತಾ ಸ್ವರೂಪಿಣ್ಯೈ ತಸ್ಯೈ ದೇವ್ಯೈ ನಮೋ ನಮಃ. ನಮಃ ಶ್ರೀಯತಿರಾಜಾಯ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದಸೂರಯೇ ಸಚ್ಚಿತ್ಸುಖಸ್ವರೂಪಾಯ ಸ್ವಾಮಿನೇ ತಾಪಹಾರಿಣೇ. ಯೋऽन्तಃ ಪ್ರವಿಶ್ಯ ಮಮ ವಾಚಮಿಮಾಂ ಪ್ರಸುಪ್ತಾಂ ಸಂಜೀವಯತ್ಯಖಿಲಶಕ್ತಿಧರಸ್ವಧಾಮ್ನಾ. ಅನ್ಯಾಂಶ ಹಸ್ತಚರಣಶ್ರವಣತ್ವಗಾದೀನ್ ಪ್ರಾಣಾನ್ನಮೋ ಭಗವತೆ ಪುರುಷಾಯ ತುಭ್ಯಂ. ಜನ್ಮಾದ್ಯಸ್ಯ ಯತೋನ್ವಯಾದಿತರತಶ್ಚ ಅರ್ಥೇಷ್ವಭಿಜ್ಞಸ್ವರಾಟ್ ತೇನೇ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಹೃದಾಯ ಆದಿಕವಯೇ ಮುಹ್ಯಂತಿ ಯತ್ಸೂರಯಃ. ತೇಜೋ ವಾರಿಮೃದಾಂ ಯಥಾ ವಿನಿಮಯೋ ಯತ್ರ ತ್ರಿಸರ್ಗೋ ಮೃಷಾಂ ಧಾಮ್ನಾ ಸ್ವೇನ ಸದಾ ನಿರಸ್ತಕುಹಕಂ ಸತ್ಯಂ ಪರಂ ಧೀಮಹಿ. ಕಸ್ಮೈ ಯೇನ ವಿಭಾಸಿತೋ ಯಮತುಲೋ ಜ್ಞಾನಪ್ರದೀಪಃ ಪುರಾಂ ತದ್ರೂಪೇಣ ಚ ನಾರದಾಯ ಮುನಯೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣಾಯ ತದ್ರೂಪಿಣಾಂ. ಯೋಗೀಂದ್ರಾಯ ತದಾತ್ಮನಾಥ ಭಗವದ್ರಾತಾಯ ಕಾರುಣ್ಯತಃ ತಚ್ಶುದ್ಧಂ ವಿಮಲಂ ವಿಶೋಕಂ ಅಮೃತಂ ಸತ್ಯಂ ಪರಂ ಧೀಮಹಿ. ಧರ್ಮಃ ಪ್ರೋಜ್झितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनम्. श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैः ईश्वरः सद्यो हृद्यवरुध्यते त्रिकृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिस्तक्षणात्. निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबद भागवतं रसम् आलयं मुहुरहो रसिकाः भुवि भावुकाः. यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातर आजुहाव. पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदुः तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिम् आनतोऽस्मि. सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः. बन्धुस्नेहं विजह्यां तव हि करुणया त्वयि उपावेशितात्मा सर्वं त्यक्त्वा चरेयं सकलमपि जगद्वीक्ष्य मायाविलासं नानात्वाद्भ्रान्तिजन्यात् सति खलु गुणदोषावबोधे विधिर्वां व्यासेधो वा कथं तौ त्वयि निहितमतेः वीतवैषम्यबुद्धेः क्षुत्तृष्णालोपमात्रे सततकृतधियो जन्तवः सन्त्यनन्ताः तेभ्यो विज्ञानवत्वात् पुरुषैः वरः तज्जनिर्दुर्लभैव तत्रापि आत्मात्मनः स्यात् सुहृदपि च रिपुः त्वयि यस्त्वयि न्यस्तचेताः तापोच्चित्तेरुपायं स्मरति स हि सुहृत् स्वात्मवैरी ततोऽन्यः त्वत्कारुण्ये प्रवृत्ते कैवन हि गुरुः लोकवृत्तेऽपि भूमन् सर्वाक्रान्तापि भूमिः न हि चलति ततः सक्षमां शिक्षयेयम् गृह्णीयामीश तत्तद्विषयपरिचयेऽपि अप्रसक्तिं समीरात् व्याप्तत्वं च आत्मनो मे गगनगुरुवशात् भातु निर्लेपता च स्वच्छस्यां पावनोऽहं मधुर उदगवन् वह्निवन्मा स्म गृह्णां सर्वान्नीनोऽपि दोषं तरुषु तमिव मां सर्वभूतेषु अवेयं पुष्टिर्नष्टिः कलानां शशिन इव तनोः नात्मनोऽस्तीति विद्यां तोयादिव्यस्तमार्ताण्डवदपि च तनुष्वेकतां त्वत्प्रसादात् स्नेहाद्व्याधात्तपुत्रप्रणयमृतकपोतायितो मा स्म भुवं प्राप्तं प्राश्नन् सहेयक्षुधमपि शयुवत् सिन्धुवत्स्याम् अगाधः मात्पप्तं योषिदातौ शिखिनिशलभवद्भृङ्गवत्सारभागी भूयासं किन्तु तद्वद्धनचयनवशात् माहमीश प्रणेशम्. We are moving with the Avadhuta. The Avadhuta is moving from one place to another, learning from every corner. In Buddhism, they will say Satori. Suddenly you recognize something, some insight. There is light inside. Like that is the Avadhuta story. He looks at something, suddenly some deep, profound knowledge comes, and each and every insight makes his abidance in Brahman firm. His Brahmanishta becomes Purna. So yesterday we saw how from many sides he learnt. The last thing that we spoke about is the honeybee. It enters the flower and it gets locked there. Like that, 3 lessons. By getting addicted to the smell, it loses its life. Like that, a sadhaka also too much addicted to smell. His mind also loses its peace, its poise. And another lesson is Bhringavat Sarabhagi Bhuyasam. The honeybee goes from one flower to another, one flower to another. From everywhere it will take the sara. It will take the essence of the flower and makes the honey. A sadhaka also should be like that. He should from various corners take the lesson. From everywhere he will get some insight. Like the honeybee collecting this honey, like that the sadhaka also collect various insights and make the honey of Atmanubhuti, the self-experience, or Bhagavad Anubhuti, Bhakti. So this also he learnt from the honeybee. And another lesson is the honeybee collects with so much effort. It goes here, there, everywhere, from everywhere it collects and keeps the honey in the beehive. But some other person comes, we will do the thing, no? Take fire and drive out the honeybee and take the honey. Like that, people with so much effort, all their life, collect money. And at last, nobody is there to enjoy it. This is a common sight we can see in the world. So much time is spent for that, so much stress, so much tension. Building house. And one house I know where there are 19 bathroom toilets. And for whom? They say, for my son, for my daughter-in-law, for my grandson. So many people. And nobody is staying there. Everyone is somewhere in the some other country. And an old man and his wife and a dog. Such a big house. So you collect so much and nobody is there to enjoy. So much time is spent in collecting money, and harta anyaha, no, someone else is enjoying. So better spend that time in Bhagavad Dhyana. Don't waste your time, because time is very precious. Like water going out of a water pot, if it has hole, like that our ayu, our life is also going, it's also ebbing. We don't know. Every year it is running. So be careful. Tasmat jagrata. One king, he had a treasury. Of course, every king will have a treasury. And treasury will have guards. One day, the chief guard, he had to go somewhere, the person, security person. So he asked his son, who was supposed to be not of very intelligent type. He looked like a mentally retarded boy. But whatever you say, he will obey. So he said, you just stand here holding the, what will they call it? Spear. So that weapon. You just stand with that. I will come now. And in the night, this boy was singing a song. The king heard what is happening, very sweet song. And what is he singing? He says, he could hear one repetition there. Tasma jagrata jagrata. Hence be careful, be careful. Why is he singing like that? Who is singing like that? He again heard, he says, somebody is looting, somebody is looting. Oh, my treasury is getting looted. Somebody is robbing my treasury. No. Kama krodhasya lobhasya dehe tishtanti taskaraha jnana ratnapaharaya tasmat jagrata jagrata. 3 thieves are there inside your body. You have posted security outside. And theft is happening inside you. Kamaha, Krodhasya, Lobhasya. 3 great robbers. Dehe tishtanti taskaraha. They are sitting in your own body. What are they doing? Jnana ratnapaharaya. They are robbing that Jnana Ratnam. The jewel, the diamond of jnanam, tasmat jagrata jagrata, hence be awake, be alert. This song he was singing. So the king called him. Why did you sing like that? He said, be careful. Everybody thought this boy is a retarded boy, but he is a jnani. He looked at the king and said, be careful. Mata nasti, pita nasti, nasti bandhuhu sahodaraha, artho nasti, gruham nasti, tasmat jagrata jagrata. He again sang a song. Mother will not help you, father will not help you, not even your relatives. Your wealth, nothing will come with you. Be awake. So this is the song. So all that you earn all your life, day and night, toiling, making money, you cannot take even a little bit when you die. Yesterday we saw that story. Nilakanta Dikshidhar was a great poet and great Shiva Bhakta. He is telling about a miser. He says, I will not give my money to anyone. When I am going to die, when I am old, I will tie it in my neck and go to Yamaloka. He says, Kante Badhva Vineshyami. Yamasadanam. I will go to Yamaloka with all this wealth. You cannot take anything. People think that you can take. That is why these pyramids, they store so much wealth inside. So after death, some money must be there to take tea or coffee. So this is the thing that he learnt from the honeybee. Ma badyam badyasam tarunya gaja iva vashaya narjaye yam dhanaugam hartanyastam hi madhvihara iva mrigavan mamuham gramya gitaihi natya sajjeya bojye jhashayiba balishe Pingala vannirasha supyam. Now the Avadhuta moved, walked, and suddenly he found the way to Videhanagara, the Mithila, the country where Janaka is the ruler. The king is a Jivan Mukta, a Videha. And the whole country is full of satsanga. Janaka is very special. Some in Gospel of Ramakrishna, somebody said, we are householders, but we will live like Janaka. Ramakrishna said, what Janaka? Only Janaka of children. Nothing else. Janaka also means producing. So only Janaka of children, no other Janaka. Janaka had such jnana. He was established in the highest realization. So Ashtavakra Samhita you can see Janaka saying, Mayananta Mahambodo Bahudha Vishwavijayaha Udeti Astamayati Name Vriddhihi Name Kshayaha. Janaka says, I am the ocean of pure consciousness. In me, innumerable worlds arise like waves, bubbles. They stay and they subside. I neither increase nor decrease. I am the Purna, whole. So that kind of realization he had. In Valmiki Ramayana, we know the story that Rama gave up the country, the ruling kingship, went to forest. Generally, no wife will follow the husband if he loses the wealth. And especially these days, it should be very rare. I know where husband is giving rent to his wife. So no, you cannot expect that much of tyaga. So Sita followed Rama. And in forest, Rama had a thought. Okay, she came with me, but so much hardship in forest. She will be finding it difficult. So Rama asked Sita, How do you feel? Because in Dandakaranya, when they entered Dandakaranya, the sight was very, very elevating. Although it is a very thick forest, pravishyatu maharanyam dandakaranyam Ramo dadarsha durdharshaha tapasashrama mandalam. Everywhere there was ashramas. All rishi ashramas were there. So seeing that, Sita said, we need not go back to Ayodhya. Why should we go back to Ayodhya? From morning to night, all politics, problems, everything. We will stay in this forest, enjoy this satsanga. In the ashramas, you have all rishis are there, their tapas is there, so much elevating experience is there. We will stay here. Then Rama laughed and he said, if someone hears what you are saying, they will come to you and ask you, are you not Janaka's daughter? Kulam yapadishantyaja dharmaknye janakatmaje. You are doing kulam vyapadishantya, your kulam, your family, your lineage, you are revealing by such vairagya, such jnanam. So, entered Janaka's country. There he sat under a big tree. Who? The Avadhuta. Don't think it is Janaka. Should not lose the thread of the story. So he was sitting under a tree. And in front of him was a big house. And there a courtesan, a dasi, Pingala, she was staying there. All these stories actually come in Mahabharata, in the Bhishma Parva. It is not coming first time in Bhagavatam. No, it all comes in Mahabharata, in Bhishma Parva, in Mukti Parva. Bhishma is telling all these stories. So Bhagavan is only quoting that. So here, this Pingala, this Dasi, she was staying in a very wealthy courtesan she is. She was a Dasi. So she had no special attachment to anybody. Every day someone will come and go. Especially on that day, when this Avadhuta was sitting there, he looked at that house and his glance fell on her. And she was coming out very well dressed and waiting for someone. Nobody came that day. Again she went inside and again she came out. Again she went inside and came out. Suddenly, perhaps due to the glance of this Jivan Mukta, this Dattatreya, intense vairagya came on her. Deep, intense vairagya came on her. Tasya vittashayam Shushyad vaktra yadina chetasaha Nirvedah paramo jajñe Chinta hetu sukhavah. Nirvedah. Nirveda means vairagya. Only when Nirveda comes, the person becomes an adhikari to attain Atmajnana. So he got the, she became very dispassionate. Suddenly dispassion came on her. And Shukacharya says, Sukhavaha. See, when true Vairagya comes, there will be great joy inside, great lightness inside. Because suddenly for the person, nothing becomes important in the world. Suddenly he becomes so light. Like that, this lady also, she became very light. Tasya nirvinna chittayaha Geetam shrinu yatha mama Nirveda asha pashanam purushasya yatahi asihi. When this vairagya comes, it is like a sword. It cuts all asha and pasha, attachment and desire, everything is root and branch cut. Suddenly she becomes immensely dispassionate and sings a song. This Avaduta is hearing that. Yatha hi angajata nirvedo dehabandham jihasati yatha vijnanarahito manujo mamatam nripa. Without jnanam, you cannot give up the ego and mindness. Without vairagya, you cannot give up the identity with the body. Dehabandham. Actually, there is no Dehabandham. Dehabandham is only assumed. It is only a superimposition. Body is not me, body is not mine, body will not tell me when it will go. It is an anatma vastu. We do not know what exists inside the body, the liver, kidney, heart, all these things you have to draw picture in anatomy class and learn. You say this body is me, but you do not know what is there inside. It is an anatma vastu. And the only thing about which we are aware is this existence of one's own self as I, aham, aham, aham. And it is not body. Where from this feeling of I am comes, it is not in the body. You sit in a dark room, you are sure about your own existence as I am. This consciousness as I am. But the body is not felt. Body is there, that's all. The experience is this I am. And the body is only assumed, abhimana. Assumed affinity to the body. So the assumed affinity drops off when dispassion comes, vairagya comes. So this Pingala suddenly became virakta. And she started singing, Aho me mohavitatim pashyata avijitatmanaha Yakanta dasataha kamam kamaye yena balisha. I am so childish. So many days I have spent my life in worthless pursuit of pleasure. All other people who comes from outside, I kept my happiness in others. They will come and they will go. And sometimes I am excited, sometimes I am depressed. All these things happen because I kept the cause for happiness outside me. Because of that, so much trouble came to me. Now I want a husband. And that husband should never leave me. And he should always give me joy. Such husband you will not get. Such wife you will not get. No such thing is available in the world. That can stay with you permanently. That can give you permanent happiness. That which will never leave you. Such a thing is not possible. But she says, I found it. See the power of the presence of a sage, perhaps. Suddenly, not only she became dispassionate, one moment she became dispassionate, next moment she attained realization. Just like Janaka. Janaka also got it like that. Ashtavakkara Samhita, he says, Yadi deham pritakritya chiti vishramya tishtasi adhunaiva sukhi shanto bandhamukto bhavishyasi. You separate your body and abide in the chit, in your real nature, awareness. This moment you will be free. Like that, intense dispassion arose. Next moment, her attention was entered, attention was absolutely focused in the real self. And she says, I have found such a center where there is absolute peace. And which will never go away from me. Santam samipe Ramanam rati pradam Vitta pradam nityamimam vihaya Akamadam Dukkha bhayadhi shoka moha pradam tuchhamaham bhaje ajna. All these days I was an ajnani, ignorant fool, because I was running after persons who cannot satisfy my desire. Even if I get hold of them, they will give me dukkha, bhaya, adhi, shoka, moha. From them will come grief, from them will come fear, from them will come anxiety. You connect it with anything in your life. It will be all right. Very beautiful thing, but fear of losing it. Very beautiful thing, but anxiety. When you lose it, depression. Dukkha, bhaya, fear, adi, anxiety, shoka, grief, moha, delusion. Expecting things which that person or that thing cannot deliver. This is moha. When a person is going to get married, they think after that, oh, going to heaven. All imagination. After some time you find it is like a mirage. You run there and no water. And look back, water is there where you started. When a person is brahmachari, he runs to marriage because it looks like water. From marriage, he looks at all brahmacharis and they are all happy. And the brahmachari is ready to come to you. I am just giving the example of marriage, simply not marriage, anything. A job or a big position or wealth or physical beauty. Everything ultimately will turn out to be a mirage. Marumarichika. You go there, no water. Like that, whole life run from here, there, everywhere. At last you find water is in yourself. Santam Samipe, most intimate. Ramanam, Bhagavan is there inside you. He is the Ramana. Ramana means the delightful one who gives constant delight. Rati Pradam, Vitta Pradam. Vittam here means protection, security. When you realize the self, absolute security comes. Security means you understand no security is needed because your very nature is immortal. So no security is needed. No fear of death. Vittapradam nityam imam. Leaving that center, I run out and get into trouble. Now I will, this lady says, I spent my life with Sanketya Vartaya, all kind of dirty speech, dirty words, and all worldly people. Now, in this Videha Nagara, I am the only ignorant one, she says. And now what I am going to do is, I will sell myself and buy Bhagavan. When I get Bhagavan, in Tiruvachakam, Manikavachakar says to Shiva, you are a poor businessman. He tells Parameshwara, you don't know barter system because you gave me yourself and took me. I got Paramananda, I don't know what you got. Tandadu undanai, kondadu yendanai, Shankara yarkolo chaturar. I am a chatura, he says, because I got great ananda. I don't know what you got. So here Pingala also says, Suhrit preshtatamo natha, atmajayam sharirinam, tam vikriya atmanaivaham rame anena yatha rama. She says, I am going to become somebody like Mahalakshmi, because I will not move away from Narayana. I will become one with him. Atmaiva hyatmano gopta nirvidyeda yadakhilat apramatta idam pashyet grastam kalahina jagat santushta shraddadatyetat yatha labhena jivati. I am happy. She says, I have found great happiness. See, few minutes before she was a durachari. Now she says, I have found absolute freedom. Viharami amunai vaham atmana ramane navai. But by the Atma Ramana, I am just moving about absolutely free as a mukta. So here from Pingala, this Avaduta says, this he got another as a Pingalavan Nirasha Supyam. You know what happened? People cannot sleep because so much anxiety. Leave about samadhi, meditation. At least sleep you should get. People are afraid even to go to bedroom because so much stress is there. And when you have stress, depression, in half sleep you wake up, all thoughts come. So even to have good sleep, you need vairagya. Not concerned about anything, you fall in your bed, sleep. Nidra samadhi sthitihi. Sweet sleep. There is a saying in English, sleep is good, death is better, and it is best never to be born at all. When you have good sleep, no thought, very peaceful, very happy. So at least you should be able to sleep. And the Narayana Bhattacharya says, let me have sleep like Pingala. And Pingala had sleep, nirvikalpe samadhau sukham sushvapa Pingala. Pingala found happiness in nirvikalpa samadhi, because vikalpa means anything other than the self is vikalpa. Outside things are all vikalpa. So leaving all that, her mind entered that state and there was abidance, peace. Then Avaduta moved about. Evam vyavasitamatihi durasham kanta tarshajam chittopashamamastaya shayyam upaviveshasa ashahi paramam dukkham. Very beautiful shloka. Ashahi paramam dukkham nairashyam paramam sukham yatha sanchindya kantasham sukham sushvapa Pingala. Then the Avaduta moved about. Then he found there was a cacophony in the sky. So much of noise created by crows. Hundreds of crows attacking an eagle. And the Avaduta looked at it. What is happening there? He found that the crows are attacking an eagle. Wherever the eagle goes, the crows will follow. If the eagle sits in a tower, the crows will go there and attack. If the eagle sits in a tree, the crows will go there and attack. At last, the eagle dropped a piece of meat that it was carrying in its beak. And all the crows, they just came down to take the meat and left the eagle. A small sight. Seeing that, the Avaduta felt, if you have parigraha, possession, all trouble will come to you. If you have no parigraha, you are happy. Parigraho hi dukkhaya. All parigraha will create dukkha, suffering. Yadyat priyadamam nrinam anantam sukhamapnodi tadvidvan yastu akinchanaha. A person who is an akinchana, a great non-possessor, he will be very happy. You can consider something yours, you will be very afraid. What will happen? Thief will come, somebody will take away. About 30 years back, first time I was going to Delhi to do a Bhagavata Saptaha in the train. So first time going in a train alone. And everybody was frightening me. You should be very careful. You You should take care of your bag. If someone gives you something, you should not take that. And the railway station also, there was special announcement, take care of your luggage, yourself, someone comes, all these things were there. So when I was inside the train, you keep the suitcase, bag a little bit, small possessions only, they are there. We are not experienced, traveling for the first time, not mature enough to understand the world also, very young age. You see that everyone you look at, instead of seeing them as Brahman, look at them as thief. Somebody is coming, he is coming to take my bag. Nothing is there inside the bag. At last I felt this will not suit me. I will just kept the bag there and slept. Pingalavan nirasha supyam. The moment you consider it is mind, you enter into difficulty. So, parigraho hi dukkhaya. You have parigraha, you have dukkha. You consider something is mine, oh, someone will take it. This mamata is great cause for suffering. We will find it later on. The more and more we renounce, we become free, or at least detached. You need not give up outwardly, but be detached. If you are detached, okay, no trouble from that place. Otherwise, whatever you consider as mine will create trouble for you. So the Avadhuta learnt this from the eagle meet crows. From that he learnt this lesson and he said, nothing, I will not hold anything. And in between we left one guru, it is the sea, the ocean. Sindhuvatsyam agadhaha. He looked at the ocean. Ocean can become a guru. He looked at the ocean, was gazing at the sea. In the surface, near the bank, it is roaring waves. But in distance you look, it is very calm. Why is it calm there? Because there is depth. So too, when a person is very deep, his mind will be calm, his intellect is peaceful, quiet. Inwardly he is absolutely still. So let me be like the ocean which is very deep. When Abhinav Vidyatirtha Swami came to, I think in Chennai, one devotee said to him, I don't believe in God. I am a proclaimed atheist, but I want to meditate. Is there any way to meditate? Then Swamiji said, you go every day to the seashore, sit there and watch. Look at the sea, the waves coming and going, and look at the sea. Do it for as long as possible, meditation will come to you. This proclaimed atheist, he did it every day and became a devotee of Abhinav Vidyatirtha Swami. Don't you understand what I said? He said he's an atheist, no devotion. But when he got a method for meditation, he became a devotee of that guru, became his guru. So, the ocean also becomes a teacher. Once we were in Cochin, Ernakulam, Matanjari. There we had a Gita Yajna happening. Gita or Bhagavatam, I don't remember. Evening we went to the seashore and we were walking on the seashore. About 8 or 7 people were there. And one professor, he is also a Ramakrishna devotee. He was with us and I was chanting some shloka from Vishwarupa Darshanam in Gita. Tomadi devah purushah puranaha Tumasya Vishwasya Param Nidhanam. That sloka I was chanting. And then I told him, see, this Sindhu, Samudra, the sea is also a guru. In Bhagavatam, the Avadhuta looked at this ocean, the sea, as a guru. If you can learn even from this sea. Then that professor said, but to learn Bhagavad Gita, we should have an outer teacher. Sea cannot teach us Gita. That is what he said. Sea will not teach. For teaching, you need a person. Then, amongst us, one child, his mother has given him a sheet of paper which she got from the waves. That paper the child brought to me. I looked at the paper, Tvamadi Devah Purushah Puranaha Tvamasya Vishwasya Param Nidhanam. That the verse which I was chanting in Bhagavad Gita has come in the waves. And sheet after sheet we get almost full Bhagavad Gita. Just now he told us, and within few minutes, see, Samudra Deva gave us Bhagavad Gita teaching. I have stored that Bhagavad Gita now in a box. And one artist there also wanted to do a painting. He started the painting, I don't know, that Samudra Bhagavan giving Bhagavad Gita. So, Sindhu also can become a teacher. Samudra can become a teacher. If you are ready to learn, everything in the nature will teach you. Sindhuvat syama gadha. Then the Avadhuta was moving about. Varte yatyaktamana sukhamati shishuvate nisahaya shareyam. He saw a small boy running about, free, absolutely free. No dress, naked running, no mana, abhimana, no ahankara, not thinking about anything in the world. Seeing that child, again, see, every bit of insight, the Avadhuta is like Sri Ramakrishna, he was staying in Samadhi. Looking at that child, the Avadhuta entered Samadhi and he said, we should be like this. Absolutely free. Pandityam nirvidya balyena tishthased. All this knowledge of Vedanta should help you to become like a child. Varteya tyaktamanaha. No mana, abhimana. Sukhamati shishuvati, like a shishu. Nisahayaha. Helpless, but absolutely free. Nisahaya shareyam. So the child became a guru. Then he moved about, he found that a lady, a kanyaka, an unmarried woman, she was doing with her pestle, she was pounding rice. At that time, some people came to speak about marriage to her. So she became very shy. She didn't want them to notice her. So she was wearing a lot of bangles in her two hands. They were making so much noise. See, very, very insignificant incident. She removed all the bangles and 2 bangles were there in each hand. That also made a little sound. Then she removed 1 bangle and only 1 bangle in each hand. No noise. This the Avadhuta saw, and that also became a cause for him to become awakened within. He says, especially for a spiritual person, he says he should move about alone. If there is 2 people, you will speak. 3, you will fight. 4, court case. Every place, even in spiritual place, this trouble will come. Vase bahunam kalahaha. Dvayor varta bhavedapi. Eka eva charet tasmat kumarya iva kankanaha. This kankana gave a great teaching. The Avadhuta says, Vase bahunam kalahaha. This is an It's a law actually. Too many people, too many prarabdhas come. Too many karma comes. And unimaginable trouble will arise there. You have to deal with all these things. Dvayor varta. If two people are there, we will speak. Varta bhavedavi. So, if you really want to meditate, eka eva charete tasmat kumarya iva kankana. You have to move about alone, as one, to meditate. To meditate, you should be one. To have satsanga, you should be many. So, many people are there, you should be in satsanga. Alone, you should meditate. So, this he learned from that Kumarya iva kankanaha. Then, Tvachitto navabuddhei param ishukridiva. There was one person who was making an arrow. He was an arrow maker. A job which he was doing for so many decades. His attention was only in making an arrow. And the king with all his retinue was going. So much noise was there. But this person was absolutely undistracted, attention fully focused on arrow. Seeing this, Avaduta says, like this, my mind should abide in the Atman, in the self. I should be totally undistracted by my prarabdha, by my destiny, by whatever may happen around me. Yasmin mano labdhapadam yadetat shanaihi munjati karma renun satvena vruddhena rajastamascha vidhuya nirvanam upaiti anindhanam tadaivam atmani avaruddha chittaha naveda kinchit bahirantaram va yethoshu yatha ishukaraha nripatim vrajantam ishaugatatmana dadarsha parshve mana ekatra sanyujyat jitashvaso jitasanaha vairagya abhyasa yogena dhriyamanam atandredaha. Without any laziness, incessantly practice to keep the mind in the real self. Let it remain there still. Let it remain there quiet. Whatever may happen around you, don't get distracted. Let not the mind be scattered. Abide in that inner stillness. This message he got, insight he got by seeing a simple incident of an arrow maker. Then he saw a snake entering a rat hole and staying there. He found we should not buy houses or build houses. So many houses are there. Tiruvannamalai, so many people, very rich people, they will come, we like this place, they will buy land and build huge mansions, and some sannyasi will come and stay there. They will not come. They have the prarabdha to build, but not prarabdha to stay. So this is a common occurrence in Tiruvannamalai. So many people, they come there, build houses and go, and the chavi will remain with some sannyasi, some sadhu. He has no money. He will stay there, meditate, everything he will do. Like this sarpa parakritam veshma. Somebody has built a house and the sarpa, the snake, is staying there. Like that is an avaduta, unnecessary bondage. You don't need to buy a house, stay somewhere. So many satras are there, so many guha is there in those days. Now so many people have built house, you can stay there. Somewhere you stay and meditate, don't possess anything. He says unnecessary botheration you don't need to have. Electricity bill, plumbing. See, you stay in a house for 50 years, no identity. 51st year you buy that house, here it is not all right, there it is not all right. Painting, my house. Identity comes, mineness comes. So better live absolutely free without any mamata. So this he learned from that sarpa. So Tvayeva tvatkritam tvam chapayasi jagati tyurnanabhat pratiyam. By seeing a spider, he understood how Ishvara is projecting the world from himself and withdrawing. yatornanabhisrijate grinnate cha. Tvachinda tvatswarupam kurita iti dridam shikshaye peshakarat. From a Brahmara, he learned that Brahmarakita Nyayam. Like a small worm it keeps inside. Actually that worm is a food for the that little one. But what happens, the poetical imagination is, Brahmara keeps this Kita inside and gives it a prick. And the Kita goes on thinking about the Brahmara with Sambrambha, that is hatred, and it at last becomes Brahmara. This is an example that they give. Like that, the yogi also constantly thinks about Brahman and becomes Brahman. Constantly thinking about Bhagavan, he becomes Bhagavan Maya. So, Tvachinda Tvatswarupam Kurute iti dridam shikshaye peshakarat vidbhasmatma cha deho bhavati guruvaro yo vivekam viraktim datte. The last guru is one's own body, Shariram. You have to think about your body and you will get Vairagya and Jnanam. Hi me deha moham tyaja pavana puradhisha yat prema hetoho gehe vitte kalatradishu cha vivashitaha tvatpadam vismaranti soyam vannehe shunova paramita baradaham Sambradam cha akshi karnatva jihwadya vigarshanti avasham ataita kopinastvat padabje. The person is attached to his body and he thinks this body is all. At last when he dies, if you put it somewhere, animals like a fox or wolf in the forest, they will eat the body. Or fire will burn it. Even dogs will eat the body. Yesterday I told about a story of Pattanath Swami. Once the Pattanath Swami went for Bhiksha, there was another businessman who was a rival of him in his former ashrama. When he saw Pattanath Swami as a Bhichandehi, this fat businessman was sitting there with a big tummy and two assistants were putting oil, giving him massage to his body. And he looked at Pattanathar and remarked, see how joyful I am, happy. And you are wandering about as a bhikshu without anything? Then Pattanathar sang a song. He said, this Chettiar, this businessman is thinking that this tummy belongs to him. But the fox, the wolf, the dogs are all putting seal in it. They are all looking at it, when will he die? Chettiar toppai tanadendirukka, nai nari kalugu tanadendirukka. Nai is dog, nari is wolf, kalugu is eagle. What will call? Vulture. Vulture. They are all looking at it and desiring, when will he die? We will get flesh, meat. So this is the body. So thinking about the body, one attains jnanam, vairagyam. So that the deho gurur mama virakti viveka hetuhu. So this body is also a guru. And when the body, Bhagavan has given you human body, before death, realize the self, attain God realization. Labdva sudurlabhamitam bahusambhavante manusyamarthadam anityam apiha dhiraha turnam yatetana patet anumrityu yavat nishreyasaya vishayah khalu sarvatasyat. So, evam sanjada vairagyo vijnanaloka atmani vicharami mahimetam mukta sango anahankritihi. This Avadhuta said, thus with intense vairagya and with the lamp of jnanam abiding in the Atman without any ego, without any possession, I am moving about in this world absolutely free. This Avadhuta says, I am moving about in this world absolutely free. Nahi ekasmat guroho jnanam sustiram syat supushkalam brahmaitad advitiyam vaigiyate bahudharshibihi. Sometimes from one guru the jnanam will not become full. You have to take it from every corner available and make your spiritual experience flower completely. As we say, 1,000-petaled lotus, Sahasrara Padma. Like that, in all corners, your vision should become full. Vishvataschakshuruta Vishvato Mukho, Vishvato Hastavuta Vishvataspat. Like that, every dimension the jnana should flower, blossom. So that, for that Brahmaitad Advitiyam, that non-dual Brahman is spoken by every master from a different corner. So from every corner you learn and make your spiritual experience complete, full. Nourish yourself spiritually and attain absolute peace. Ityuktva sayadum vipraha tamamantri gabira dhihi vandito abhyarthito rajna yayau prito yathagatam. Thus teaching Yadu Maharaja, the Avaduta just gave blessing to him and wandered absolutely free. He wandered. Avaduta vachashrutva, by hearing the words of the Avaduta, Krishna says to Uddhava, Purvesham nassa purvajaha, that great king who was my great-great-grandfather, he also attained realization. Sarva sanga vinirmuktaha samachitto babhuvaha. What is the sign of realization? Sarva sanga vinirmuktaha, no attachment anywhere, samachitta, same-sighted. Sarva sanga vinirmukto samachitto babhuvaha. Thus, that grand episode where the Avaduta and Yadu Maharaja had their conversation comes to a blessed fruition here. And this Upadesha of Krishna to Uddhava continues. Very great Upadesha. And this is being spoken by Shugabrahma Maharshi. He says, Ananda Samudra Sambhritam. Yayetad Ananda Samudra Sambhritam. Jnanamritam, the nectar of Jnanam. Bhagavataya Bhashitam. It is given to Parama Bhagavata, who gave Krishnena Yogeshwara Sevitangrina. Krishna gave it such Shraddhaya, with great bhakti. If you taste it, Vimuchyate, you will also become liberated. Maharaj can come. We can conclude this. Right. So, this great Bhagavata is being offered at the feet of Sri Ramakrishna, Swamiji, Sharada Devi, this great blessed ashrama, where so many Mahatmas have lived and so many saints are living now. Nityastananda Swamiji was extremely compassionate, gracious, that with so much love, he came to our ashrama in Osur, and there also he told that we will have a Bhagavatam here. So this is really a very divine occasion where all the saints, my association with Sri Ramakrishna Ashrama is so many years, about when I was only 13 years old. So it's almost about more than 40 years. So many elderly saints have moved about, all that remembrance also comes to me. So this blessed satsanga we are offering at the feet of Bhagavan Ramakrishna, Holy Mother Sharadama. Now I ask, because time is very, very limited, so I ask Swamiji Maharaj to bless us with concluding Mangala Vakya. Sarvatra Govindanama Sankirtanam Janaki Kantasmaranam Hara Namah Parvati Pataye Hara Hara Mahadeva. Om
स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. We are indeed very fortunate and blessed to hear the exposition of wonderful illuminating discourses on Bhagavatam for 7 days. And it is a great privilege for us to listen to our great Swamiji, Ramanacharana Swamiji. And you know, Sri Ramakrishna, as we all know, compares Bhagavatam to jalebi. Jalebi is fried in the fire and soaked in sugar syrup. Similarly, Bhagavata also is fried in the fire of knowledge and soaked in the syrup of bhakti. So that is why jalebi is so sweet. It fully absorbs the syrup and becomes, it is full of syrup only because it is nicely boiled in knowledge. So similar is the case with Ramanacharana Swamiji's the discourses on Bhagavatam. It was like a jalebi for us. It was also soaked in knowledge, soaked in bhakti, and also baked in knowledge. It's a combination of these two streams of knowledge and devotion. And we all feasted on this jalebi for 7 days. And this jalebi is different. It's not converting itself into a despicable thing as he was telling yesterday. It is going to become a great spiritual nourishment for us. Great spiritual nourishment. So that is indeed our great fortunate. So, and another point I was so much impressed was his great erudition, scholarship, quoting with such easiness from different sources of scriptures. And his scholarship is not so dry as we have seen. It was spiced with palatable stories and anecdotes related to different saints and Mahatmas. And another very endearing factor to us, especially devotees of Sri Ramakrishna, was his frequent references to Holy Trio, Sri Ramakrishna, Sharda Devi, and Swami Vivekananda, and even direct disciples of Swami Sri Ramakrishna. I was really so much impressed his thorough knowledge of our literature. Even minute details of the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna's life he could narrate with such ease. So that was really very, very interesting, very impressive for us. And another very interesting thing was, as I already told you, his speech was confluence of both streams of knowledge and devotion. And we have bathed in that confluence of these two rivers of knowledge and devotion for 7 days. You don't have to go to Kumbh Mela again. We are so indeed so blessed We are so pure. We feel very we are purified by his talks. So I am very happy on behalf of you all and on behalf of our ashrama, Maharaj. I heartily, very respectfully thank you for giving us great opportunity for listening to your discourses on Bhagavatam. And also, I thank all the devotees, Chandramoli and others, who made it possible such a great event to happen. I thank them all. And also, lastly, thank you all. Such a good gathering, very receptive gathering, receptive people who are gathering here. I am very thankful to you for responding to our call and attending this great event. Thank you all.
Actually, in my life also, I have stayed with Ramakrishna monks in Ramakrishna ashram in my younger days as like one of them. Although I didn't join Ramakrishna Mat, that association was very deep. Even now, those saints, those Swamis with whom I was close, some of them are still there. Many of them elderly monks, they have left. So that is, it's all like the Guru Parampara, like Ramanacharana is later on, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi was like an undercurrent due to some background, family background also, connection was there before. But the soaking was all with Ramakrishna, Sharada Devi, Swamiji, and all the direct disciples of Bhagavan Ramakrishna. So many years we have spent in real inundation in that parampara also, and that connection with those. First day when I ran away from my home to Ramakrishna Mat, when I was only 13 years old, the Swami whom I met, the Swami is still in connection with me. So that much of so this grand gathering that we had here, and this contemplation on Bhagavatam and Ramakrishna's literature, Ramakrishna literature is a great feast for my heart also. And after this, one announcement also I have to make. From June 1st, 1 week, we have our usual Bhagavad Gita Yajna in English in Malleshwaram, Ram Mandir, Malleshwaram Ram Mandir. You can get the news from the site. So it is from June 1st, 1 week, evening Bhagavad Gita, morning Viveka Chodamani. Yes, evening 6:30. It is not for 5:15, it is 6:30 evening. So that also I will just make you all know. So with all pranams to all Swamijis here, we just offer this Bhagavata Saptaham. Satyam Jnanamanantam Nityamanakasham Paramakasham Goshtha Prangana Ringana Lolamanayasam Paramayasam Maya Kalpita Nanakaram Kshmamanatham Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam Govindam Paramanandam Bhaja Govindam Paramanandam Govindam Paramanandam Bhaja Govindam Paramanandam Yato mamatma bhavasi tvameva Tato na vachyam mama kinchitasti yathata veshtam kurumam tathaiva tvam atmanatham ramanam bhaja.